foodies, I am back. I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. Today in the kitchen we have a very unique episode as there's no outside parties involved but only the MyZone team here to inform you about an exciting new venture for our young ones out there. So do not go anywhere, stay tuned to find out what you can do to be a part of the MyZone team for 2025. But before we head over to the making food, getting to know what you can do to be a part of the team, we just want to thank Kitchen 82 for hosting us.
Ek is Zoe Karsten, die aanbieder van Blitsfokus. Jy kan Blitsfokus kyk elke Woensdag op DStv kanaal 285 of GoTV kanaal 25. En onthou, jy kan ook Blitsfokus kyk op oneup2.com.
Hi my foodies, we are about to start the episode, but of course not without my chef in the kitchen. So without any further ado, my partner in the kitchen today are going to help me dish it up while we talk about the MyZone internship for 2025. Welcome to Kitchen 82, our camera woman, but today she's stepping in front of the camera, Miss Michaela Hansen.
Hi guys.
Popping up with a knife, very scary, but we'll ignore that for now.
I am Chucky for today.
So Michaela, today why don't you tell our viewers what I will be teaching you to make?
So today Patricia's going to teach me how to make her infamous spinach.
Specifically creamy spinach. Very important.
Very creamy, with a lot of cream and cheese.
To be fair, there are a lot of ways to make creamy spinach, but this is just the easiest way I found to make creamy spinach. But while we talk about making creamy spinach, we're also going to be helping our viewers, especially our young viewers out there, those busy studying, those coming right out of high school, just to tell them a bit more about how they can apply for the MyZone internship project and also our experience in the internship program, right? Because like, what do you do? We know you're our camera woman, but besides that, you have a lot of other things on your plate as well.
So I am a MMO, so MMO stands for multimedia operator, so that deals with content creation, directing, editing, filming, shooting, being a camera woman, being a live camera woman.
Sure.
TikToks, Reels, you name it. But our viewers only know you as a presenter, but they don't actually know what you actually do off screen.
Yeah.
So she's telling our viewers what you do.
So besides being your host for What's Cooking, I also do coordinate something called Careers Hub. And that comes with things like Careers Focus magazine and Career VX. This is everything that has to do with the corporate industries. So basically my job is to let the young people out there know the opportunities that wait in every single industry, whether it be agriculture, culinary, arts and social sciences, you name it. My job is to make it known to you. We both actually wrote for Career Focus. We both write for Career Hub. You know, it's a very interesting publication to write for, as me and Michaela both know. It comes with its ups and downs.
Ups and downs.
I also learned, exactly, these deadlines. I also learned how to do camera work, because I think that's like the standard being at MyZone. You need to know how to, the basics of operating with a camera.
The art of weekend duty.
Yes, every Saturday by the rugby field.
Yes.
I know the basics of editing, and by basics I mean the basics that CapCut has showed me. Beyond that, I do not dare to dive into. But it is a lot of fun. The scope is wide. You're kind of forced to do social media management. You're forced to do a little bit of marketing, sometimes a little bit of PR, you know, a lot of relationship buildings, networking.
PA.
Personal assistant to yourself and to others. No, it's a lot of work. That's why it's always nice to say that MyZone, you can say it's a functional, chaotic family. because everyone has different roles, but at the same time, all the roles are kind of intertwined. So you need the
Very
next person.
cohesive.
Yes.
Yes.
You need the next person to complete your job. To think that you can step onto a platform like this and do everything alone, that's a little bit naive.
It's a lie.
Really.
It's
You
definitely a
need the person next to you, in front of you, behind you. You need the people around you, definitely.
I think one important thing people don't realize is that you are a journalist, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Patricia and I are both journalists, even though we have our side gigs. You write.
Yeah, no, I think in my
Right.
zone, the aspect of journalism kind of, it gets lost in everything you do, but every now and then it does creep in and you have to write. You need to stay in touch with your journalistic styles and side as well, so you don't, by 5 months go by and then you have to write an article and you're lost again. So yeah, definitely the journalistic side is still there. We just forget about it sometimes.
So for me, I'm very fortunate not to write as much anymore. I do mostly, I submit HR columns. So HR columns are usually what is sent to me, and then I just read it through, and then I upload it, and then the subs take it further, right?
Yeah.
But before that, I used to write a lot, and I used to write for The Zone before I shifted
Yep.
to Careers. Before Patricia snatched me.
Guys, Careers was struggling at a point. Like, we were only 3. Like I said, it's an
Yeah.
interesting publication. You're in the corporate space, and what makes it so difficult at times, or not to say difficult, challenging, because you can overcome challenges, is when you profile someone in the corporate industry, they have a specific image that they want to uphold.
Yeah.
So if I write about the CEO of Kitchen 82, I need him or her to approve this article, and that's what takes a while sometimes.
Yes.
It's the approving of the article, and there are deadlines that the outside world not always adheres to, but you have to, whether they want to or not. So that kind of makes it just a little bit challenging, but so far I think we handled it pretty well.
I would say so. I think one of superpower that I've learned throughout my internship is damage control.
Definitely. Thinking
Yeah.
on your feet,
Thinking on your feet.
keeping your composure, even though you want to scream inside. You just keep your composure, you think on your feet, you do what you need to do, and at the end of the day, you can sit back, breathe, and say, like, I did that. You can feel proud of yourself, even though in the moment it feels like you were breaking down just a little bit inside.
You know, definitely one thing that you have to keep in mind about the internship is that your weaknesses will be shown.
Yep, whether you like it or not.
There will be fights. There will be internal matters that you have to deal with and talk through. You know, like communication is very key.
It's the whole point of journalism is communication.
But enough about that. Let's talk about what our viewers should do to be a part of the MyZone team.
So I think everyone should by now already know where they can get in touch with MyZone, right?
Yes.
The Instagram, we have Facebook, we have TikTok.
We have a website.
We do have a website, guys. So basically our viewers just have to go on our Instagram and find out. But we will tell them the exact details right after this. I need to help Michaela with these onions. They're way too thinly sliced. So right after this, we will continue. We will continue and let you guys know how you can be a part of this dynamic and diverse team.
I'm a great onion chopper, by the way.
If you say so. We'll be right back.
Another voting thing. Really, every day it's just voting. Like, what is actually voting? Like, why should I actually vote? Like, what is actually? Do I really want to vote? Maybe I should vote, but like what? Let me go see who can I go ask. Cause, yeah, voting.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I have a question.
What's up?
So every day I'm just seeing voting, like vote, guys, go register. Now I'm just like, what is voting actually? Like, why should I vote? Like, as a young person.
That's such like a legitimate question to ask because like we really do be wondering why should we vote?
It's so important. Voting is so important as part of a democracy. You choosing your future leaders, you choosing which party that you want to choose that are going to lead you into the future. And it's so important for us as youth because it affects us the most, the people that are leading us, people that are taking us into the future. these are the decisions that we need to make, because they are going to be part of the lawmakers. They are going to be part of the people that decide essentially how our country looks like. So it's up to us to decide what we want to choose, which party that we want to choose, why we should vote.
You know, now that you explained it like that, I'm totally gonna register.
Right?
Because I saw this article about voting, but I'm just like, it's it.
We gotta vote, girl. We gotta vote. We might as well go now.
Yeah.
Right? Let's go.
We should like go plan. Like, sort it out. Totally.
Okay, viewers, so before we continue, Mickey chopped up our onions. I showed her the right way to do it. It's fine if you chop it too thinly, but we really want that, blocked.
We're like a thin girl.
So we can taste our onions, and I grated our cheese. So now we're going to fry our onions. So Mickey, why don't you do that for us with some olive oil? Guys, if you have a better way of making spinach, just let us know. I mean, like I said, there's so many ways to make it. Don't judge me for the way I make it. Just give me advice on how to do it better if it's wrong in your eyes.
She's a chef, guys. Don't let her fool.
An unqualified chef.
Okay,
Yeah.
speak this. How do you say this cheese?
What?
How do you say this cheese? How do you pronounce it?
Good cheese. Speaking of good cheese, did you guys see the TikTok of George? Where are the shoes, George?
Actually, do you know what the slides look like? It's a denim slide. It's a denim design.
Are you serious?
Yes. She used the reference code to find it like this other person.
Like
She found
the actual
She found the
Gucci shoe.
actual shoe. But the thing is, what if it was for him? But why didn't he answer her?
Yeah, why didn't George just tell her where the shoes were?
But someone mentioned something very evident in the videos that she was so tired. She was just like, just tell me where you put the shoes, man. She wasn't even trying to fight me. She was just so over it.
Poor George. Like,
George, bring back the shoes. We didn't forget. We didn't forget.
I think the whole South Africa is turning right now because of George. But yeah, that's the beauty of TikTok, Every week something new, someone new
Did you
happens.
thank Beyonce for having what's cooking?
It's a bit too soon.
Okay.
But Beyonce, if you're watching, I just like to thank you for this episode.
So guys, this is the dynamic of my zone. We are never serious. We're always having fun.
Exactly. You
Very
guys,
into pop culture.
you have to be. Your
Yeah.
job kind of requires you to keep up with the trending stuff. And plus, if you don't, how can I say, what is the word when you throw yourself into something? There's a specific
If
word.
you're not
for it.
open, if you're not very adventurous.
If you don't allow pop culture to kind of invade your personal space in the sense of get involved with the demure, be a little childish, be a little
We don't
be
do
young
demure
again.
over here.
Because
No.
if you're going to be serious all the time, you're going to break. That's kind of advice you can take in any job, any aspect. If you're going to be serious all the time and just be like, guys, deadlines, let's be serious. And there's no time for you to just be goofy, be silly, annoy your boss for a little bit. Then,
Put the camera in front of his face and then you making people babysit him for free.
and I should go watch that TikTok. It's a really good TikTok.
What's
Guys.
next?
The onions still need to brown just a little bit, but when we're done, we'll throw in the butter because we're gonna make like a white sauce with the onions. So how I make my white sauce is I melt the butter, and when the butter is completely melted, I pour in the flour until it's like a crumbly type of texture, and then I throw in my milk with my cream. And when everything is mixed together and it's the consistency I like, I throw in a bit of cheese, spices, almost like my garlic, my spinach, and then we let it steam for a bit. Our potatoes are busy boiling. We're just going to do like a, very plain, looks fancy, but it's very easy. Boiled potato cut in half with spice and pepper and garlic butter. On a side note, me and Michaela did graduate together, so we did spend at least 3 years. And then after that, we both entered the MyZone program I remember the first time our friend came on campus, it was during the last semester. We just finished our World Integrated Learning, so we're at the last semester, last stretch before we can graduate. And he came up to us and he was like, guys, the internship program is opening, like last year this time. And we were like, we don't know if we want to do it, because he made it seem like so much work, which it is. But at the same time, so much fun. And we were just like, are we really prepared to do it? Thinking back then, we probably weren't prepared, but you'll never know until you actually try it out. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not forced to stay here. If you want to leave, no one's going to stop you. But you also don't want to leave, because you learn so much. You learn so much about yourself, what you're capable of, how strong you actually are, things about yourself you weren't even aware of. You know, you just become a better person overall. And in the long run, you'll be able to work in any environment if you can survive such a diverse environment as with MyZone. And it's not just MyZone, you interact with different departments as well.
Yes, since there's 13 companies within the Namibia Media Holdings, you get to learn at least one specific skill that you can use in that department.
Exactly. For
Yeah.
example, I am really into planning events, heading big projects. So when I move from this internship program, the ideal place that I would like to end up is with events management. You know, there are people who like sports, so they'll move into the sports journalism. This is where they cover sports events for live streaming, for social media, you name it. You get people that love marketing, so they'll move up to Synergy and they'll do the marketing for us, for the shows. You know, there's some people love to write, they just love the journalistic aspects, and that's when they'll go to either the AZ or the Namibian Sun or Republican, you know, to be those court reporters, those crime reporters, those community reporters.
And there's also like the intensive training program that we have. So you learn how to use Canva, you're going to learn how to use InDesign, CapCut, all of those types of things. So it really delves into each person's character and what they like to develop it, find out what the actual passion is. Because you might have an idea of, I studied journalism, but people don't actually know that I want to become a director in real life. So what this internship does is it grooms that.
Exactly.
In your developmental plans that we have and so forth.
Yeah, and the nice thing about it is you're asked what you want to do.
Yes.
Before you start, they ask you, where do you want to end up? And at this moment, what do you think you're good at? And they'll actually take their time to focus on what you said you want to do.
Yes.
So that's what makes it so nice. It's not just what the company needs, it's what you want and how you want to grow. Because the whole point of this is to make you, you know, adaptable to the market, make you feel comfortable. Once you step into any environment, you will know what to do, and people won't just look over you because you're young or because you come from a youth brand. You will actually know how to occupy a space, professionally occupy a space. I think our onions are fine. I'm gonna throw in this big block of butter. I don't know how much it is. How I make this is by the eye. So
Cholesterol.
we'll do this by the eye. I think that block of butter should be enough because we don't have a lot of spinach to work with. And we want a nice creamy white sauce.
I think we should go for an ad break quickly. Can we finish up here?
I think we do. Our viewers know what we are going to be doing there. So when we come back, me and Miki will explain to you what we did to get the end result. Because after this, we're at my favorite part where we get to eat what we make. So do not go anywhere. Me and Miki will be right back with our creamy spinach and a boiled potato. So we're at my favorite part. Our viewers already know. When it comes to the eating, it's where I shine. It's where I shine.
It's where you glow.
I'm glowing right now. I cannot
She's a
wait to
glow
dive
getter.
in. We finished our creamy spinach. So what we did off screen is we threw in the flour. So we got like that little, what do you call it? Doughy type of clay type of
Yeah.
vibe. And once we reached the texture we liked, we started putting in our milk and our cream. Guys, there's no measurements really needed. You just need
eyeballing
to,
it.
exactly,
Yeah.
you just need to know what you want. If it comes out a little too thick, just keep on adding your milk till it gets to the texture you want. If you can't get it thick enough, that's where the cheese comes in. That's where you can put in your cheese so that the stickiness combines everything. Then you throw in your spinach, whatever spices you like. We just went with some pepper and salt
And garlic.
and garlic, of course, garlic spice. So that's about it. You don't need a lot because the spinach is already rich and the sauce already brings in the flavor. Top that off with your boiled potato. You can see in there we have the garlic butter is melted. Guys, I have been sneak peek tasting before we started, so I know this is good, but for your sake I'll pretend like it's my first time eating it. We made this together, and I cannot wait to dive in. But before we dive in, Mickey, we do know that there are requirements that you need to be a
Yes.
part of the MyZone team. They're not very,
Strict
extreme. Yeah.
But, okay, there's one that we're super strict about, which is having a driver's license. However, we do encourage you because you are traveling a lot.
Exactly.
A lot.
So,
You do need one.
If
and
you
manual
don't
system.
have your driver's license, at least have a learner's, guys. Come on, let's be serious.
Actively try to get it.
Yeah.
You guys will travel a lot. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. What else? So we have different degrees that they're also looking for, like accounting, marketing,
Yeah, so if
communications,
you
media
have-
studies, all of that jazz.
Yeah, so if you have an interest in any of those fields, whether it's accounting, whether it's media studies, marketing, really everything is on our social media platform. So if you
Yeah.
guys want to know, some of the requirements that you need to have is you have to be a Namibian citizen.
Have to be a Namibian citizen and 18 years and older.
Exactly. So whether you're straight out of high school and you're not really sure what you want to do, this is the perfect place to find out what you're good at, what you like, what you don't like. Or if you are a first year student or a student looking to just do your will, really MyZone can accommodate you in any of those aspects. It's just you need to have a very keen interest in those
there's
fields.
a different take on it this year. So we're having 20 instead of the 7.
So there's more space for you guys to apply, get into this, and really it's a program that shows you what you love and what you don't like. And the moment you know what you like and don't like, it's when you're more equipped to make decisions about your future. But speaking of that, Mickey, since you started, we're reaching a year, you know.
Yeah.
We're ending of the year is almost over, and then we'd have completed our first year at MyZone. Within this year, what were some of the highlights, you know, looking back, where you really either had fun or where you felt proud of yourself, or where you just, it's just a highlight for you?
Definitely when we were traveling to soccer for the triathlon. Waking
That
up at 4 a.m., no, being on site at 4 a.m. in that cold,
In the dark.
in the dark. You have no idea what's happening. You just see these athletes prepping and you're supposed to take overlays and little short footages of them. That was one of the highlights. Definitely matric farewells. Oh, I love matric farewells.
Seeing those beautiful dresses,
Dresses.
really seeing the excitements of the matrics and seeing, oh my gosh, that's MyZone, because you guys, schools know us.
Yeah.
They know when they see the MyZone logo, they know exactly who you are. And when they see the camera, they know they're going to be either on TV or on the MyZone pages. So kids are always excited when they see us.
It's a constant thrill. You know,
Yeah.
every matric farewell has their own theme. Every matric farewell has their own pizzazz.
Exactly.
As I would like to mention it.
Well, of
But-
course, we don't have our favorite matric farewells. It's very difficult to choose because one, you think that this one is the best because of their dresses, and you think now no one can top this. But then the other matric comes and like the theme is so on point, you just don't know which one is your favorite.
I actually genuinely like Career VX.
That was my baby.
Yes.
Career VX this year we did it at UNAM. So basically, as the coordinator for careers in general, you get to organize this event. So this is if you know you like events planning and managing big projects, this is really where you want to be. You get to decide on everything, especially, but with your team's help, of course. You get to decide on the theme, where you want it, how you want it. Do you want people to pay? Do you want open to the public? Do you want vendors? What is the program going to be like? Who do you want as entertainers? Really, and the day of Career VX, I remember in my mind I was all over the place. But if you ask my team, I was cool and calm,
She
like
was
a
very calm.
cucumber.
I remember like at the end of Career VX, she came up and she's like, guys, I'm so sorry for being rude. I'm like, you were rude? I was
In
so
my
confused.
head, I was like
No, you were so
all
like,
over the place.
Mind you guys, we planned Career VX in a very short
In a
amount
month.
of- in a month.
In 1 month,
In
we
1
planned
month.
an entire Career
And
VX.
it actually went well. It actually really went well. The food was great. The learners were so enthusiastic. Like it was good.
I think the learners enjoyed the chill corner a lot. I enjoyed being in the chill corner. It was just vibes. There was a live DJ. There was some cool places to take pictures. There was a 360. You know, there were all these vendors where you can go and ask them about what they do, what you can do with them. You know, there was the Labyrinth, the Gap Year, where kids were really excited about that, to learn more about them.
Bank also.
Exactly. There was also the UNAM had its own stall, as well as the medical. There was a medical stand, I can't really remember their name, but they had a cool game that they were playing. The kids really loved it. So I think
they were using was very advanced.
it
also.
was really, I really enjoyed it. But before our food gets cold, Mickey, let me pretend like this is the first time of eating this. Let's dive in and give our viewers an honest reaction and rating. So guys, if you don't like spinach, always try and eat creamy spinach before you completely cut off spinach.
This is really good. The chef.
To the
Daddy.
chefs, you helped.
Yeah.
Well, Mickey, now you know how to make creamy spinach. You can surprise your mom one day with a nice creamy spinach, with like a steak on the side and this potato.
So, why must you put up my dating status so publicly?
It's not like no one knew. But okay, now let's taste the potato. Guys, it's really just the potato with some nice garlic butter and some salt and pepper. Nothing really fancy. And who doesn't like potatoes? I mean, it's a potato. I'm just a potato.
Wait.
They don't love you like that. I really like this, but I think I need to finish it off screen.
This is actually really good.
Because if I continue eating this on screen, it's not gonna end pretty. But before we leave, Mickey, can you just remind our viewers out there where they can find all the info regarding our internship program for next year?
So go on to Instagram. Instagram is our main platform, and Facebook, and you type in My Zone. Okay. That is the first poster you will see. All the details are there, all the contact details, emails, phone numbers, whatever, it's there, all that jazz. And send in your application, don't be scared. Even if you think you won't qualify, you might just qualify.
Yes, guys, and if you have any questions that's not clear on the poster, feel free to DM us. We do have a social media team that's really on it.
Yeah.
They will get to your questions and answer them as best they can. And remember, the deadline is approaching, so get your CV right, get everything in order, and apply, guys. Really, this is what you want to do to make your CV spicy.
Yeah.
But from me and Michaela, we're going to finish eating this, and we will see you guys next week. Bye. Okay guys, this brings us to the end of this special episode of What's Cooking. I really enjoyed the creamy spinach. I hope you guys take my advice and just have fun with the spinach. I mean, there's so many ways to go about it, and I do hope that our young ones watching today will take the initiative to apply to the MyZone internship program. You never know how you would gain from this. It's really an opportunity to grow as an individual and to boost your career. Whether you know what you want to do or you're just not sure yet, it's definitely the place to start. But from now, from this host to our viewers, it's goodbye until next time. Bye.